Hey there, everyone. I hope you're having an absolutely fabulous day today. Hey, I wanted to tell you about something that happened a couple of weeks ago. Wonderful lady, Kathy Patterson of Garden Design Tips, that's her YouTube channel. She came by. It was a beautiful, sunny November day as opposed to this cloudy, kind of cold December day. But we had such a good time, and she asked me so many great questions. She put her video out, and as I was watching it, I realized there's so much more that I really want to share. There's a number of things I'd love to expand upon. So I thought that's what today's video should be about. So follow along, watch it, let me know what you think. And if you have any more questions you want to ask me, drop me a comment.
What is the number one mistake you see when people are choosing plants to buy?
Well, mistake is a hard one. I think a lot of times people get overexcited and they know they've got this area in their garden that they need to work on, and they get very excited about the plants that are available, and they probably overshop, or they're thinking about their whole garden and shopping for everything, and it's like the kid in this candy store type of situation. So Kathy asked me about what is the number one mistake gardeners make when they're coming into cottage gardens. And I just had the hardest time with the word mistake, because seriously, are there any mistakes? Yes, maybe you buy 6 plants when really you only needed 3, but you learn from that. Or you do find more space somewhere else in your garden for that excess 3, and then right there, you are doing harmonious repetition. You're repeating a look in a different part of your garden that you started in one part. So I really had a hard time with the word mistake when Kathy was asking me that, because honestly, I don't think gardeners make mistakes. We all learn from every single thing that we do in the garden. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, because maybe I didn't explain it quite clear enough when I was answering Kathy, but just want to know, gardeners don't make mistakes. We really have a ton of fun out there in the garden, and we learn as we grow. I realized that so many people want instant in their garden. They're bringing home a plant, they want instant results every single time. Um, it's a hard one to expect that, because these plants that you're bringing home are babies. They've been nurtured in the nursery or a garden center, wherever it is you're shopping, and they're going home looking like this, and they need some settling in time to whatever your situation is. Sometimes they struggle. You bring them home, they might struggle a little bit while they get established. Doesn't mean you failed. Does not mean you've made a mistake. It takes a while for them to get established. So don't think you've screwed up, made a mistake, done the wrong thing if your plant is sitting there looking a little bit peaky after a couple of weeks. That's kind of all I wanted to say right there. But get to know your garden, get to know your soil, get to know your sun exposure, and your gardening skills too. If you're a really zero maintenance, hands off kind of a gardener, there are plants for you, for sure. If you're the kind of gardener who wants to nurture and care and be out there every single day, really, really taking care of your plants, there are plants for you too. So you are part of your whole gardening experience. Get to know your gardening style, get to know what it is you're capable of right now and what it is you plan on learning. Really, you can have a gorgeous garden wherever you are in the whole gardening journey.
So now you have a lot of what I consider specimen plants,
I
things
do.
that are going to really be a focal point in a garden.
Mhm.
So when we spend money on a specimen plant, what are some of the things we need to do to ensure success once we get it home?
There are a lot of specimen plants here. There's a lot of really gorgeous, amazing plants. Each one is so different. I mean, I've got some specimen aloes that are just stunning and I can't get enough of. But to take care of that is entirely different than taking care of some of the specimen conifers that I've got that are so
Uh-huh.
stunning. I'm like
Okay.
a Okay, that was a great question that Kathy just asked, basically about investing in your garden, specimen plants, and like how to protect your investment, basically. My answer, I think, was spot on, and I'm just going to reiterate. Check with the the garden center you're buying the plant from. Check with us if you're shopping here at Cottage Gardens. How do you take care of this plant? But you know, here's where the internet is really quite helpful too. You can do all the research that you want on the internet ahead of time, then double check with us. Does this count here in Northern California? I mean, obviously, our growing conditions here are quite different from, say, upstate New York, and yet we do have plants in common. So just check with your local nursery. Do a little research ahead of time. Get the plant that you really want to grow in your garden, that gorgeous specimen that you just got your heart set on. But then find out how best to take care of it in your particular microclimate.
Are there any secret or areas that most customers don't think to visit?
I think a lot of people stay very close to the counter and don't go too far when there's a whole other area or two to explore. That question Kathy asked me really got me thinking um, about the experience that Cottage Gardens offers. It is a destination. It is a very serene, tranquil place up on the hill, apart from the world. I mean, not that far apart, and the driveway is not that long, but it's like a whole other world up here with so much beauty and chickens and hummingbirds and all kinds of gorgeous things to look at. There's also quite a walk that you can get. I mapped out a 2-mile walk the other day for myself here just to see that I could do it without doubling back on anywhere. That was fun. Oh, speaking of hummingbirds, like right there, there's magic all the time. So even if you're not in the mood for shopping, I think it's a great place to just come and walk around. And like I said to Kathy, be overwhelmed. Enjoy it. Watch the birds, watch the chickens, look at what's happening. Right now, the leaves are falling off the wisteria. Buds are beginning to happen on camellias and on the fruit trees even. Some of them look like they're beginning to bud up, which is really interesting. But there's always something to look at. And it's a great place to walk around. It's just beautiful and inspirational. And if you find a place like that wherever you are that feeds your soul, makes you feel good, hey, go for it. That is really what life should be about. Enjoying the beauty, enjoying nature, being part of it, and then taking home a little bit of it and bringing it to your own garden. Just be part of it. It's probably one of the best things that you can do. If you love being outdoors and you love gardening, visit your local garden center, see what's going on. If you're in the area here, come visit us.
You are known for your extensive selection of plants, but
Yes.
obviously you can't have everything. So,
Yeah.
how do you decide what to grow, propagate, bring in? How do you decide what is going to be sold here?
Honestly, I get excited about certain things myself. Like I'll go right now, I'm picking out tomato varieties to grow for next year. There are some tried and true. I'm just going to say about the tomatoes first because there's so many different plant species that I can get excited about. Right now, I'm picking out tomato seeds to grow next year. I really had a lot of fun answering that question because basically it is justifying my plant obsession. And I just want to tell you, I'm still looking into the tomato seeds. And I love, love, love any heirloom vegetable that has a good story behind it. Like those seeds were saved for a reason. They were carried over from the old country, brought to America. Seeds were saved. Seeds are now available. I get really excited about that. And I am part of a seed saving endeavor on a couple of different kinds of beans now. That's like very exciting for me. But then I travel a lot too. Vegetables aside, I travel a lot also, and I'll see a new plant in a new town or a new state or a new country that I have never seen before. And oh my goodness, I will follow that down the path till I can figure out, can I grow it here? Can I bring it in? Can I source the liners, the seeds? Can I get the cuttings? Next thing you know, we're going to have it here at Cottage Gardens. So it is fun having such an obsession and then having such a platform that I can totally follow my obsession to the nth degree.
What do
Okay.
you see as your strength, both as a nursery owner and a gardener?
It's probably not the same thing, but as a nursery owner, I'm really, really good at puzzles. I'm really good at envisioning all of next year and what I want to see on each bench every single month.
Wow.
And the planning ahead that goes into that, like what I need to have here to start 6 weeks ahead of when I need it out on the bench. That too was a wonderful question that Kathy just asked me, and it got me to thinking. I would love to explain that just a little bit more. So when I picture what's going to be out there on a bench in July, what it takes is a whole year in advance of making sure I've got those cuttings or those liners or the seeds. Um, and I do. I bring them in because this is what I want. I want to see those plants on the benches in July. But a lot of things can go wrong between planting a seed or planting a cutting and the following July. I mean, again, talking about what goes on in the background of a nursery, we do have deer, we do have turkeys, we have birds that come through sometimes that just like demolish whole crops of lettuce. It's astonishing. So all my best intentions, 90% of the time, maybe 95% of the time, it all comes true and everything is fabulous. But sometimes things happen and my vision of what's going to be on a bench in July does not come true. But another thing that I have gotten really good at is rolling with it. You know, you just have to be. It's basically like farming, only in 1 gallon pots or 4-inch pots or 6-packs. You just figure it out. You just figure it out, you roll with it, and everything tends to work out just fine. There we go. Mhm.
What is one piece of advice that you would give me, both as a nursery owner and as a gardener?
So I think get to know your personal taste. Get to know what it is you really like. Don't feel pressured from design laws or any of those articles that tell you don't do this, don't do that. It's all a learning experience, and your own garden, your own skills, your own exposure, where you live, the plants you choose teach you an awful lot more than some internet article. And this is why going on a daily walk around your garden is so important. You get to know your plants, you get to know that rose bush, you get to know the lantanas, you get to see if deer have suddenly busted in and started nibbling on things. I really, really recommend walking your garden every day if you can, and really pay attention. It's good for your soul, it's good for your plants, it's good for the long-term health of your garden. And it's a learnable skill. I don't think I'm particularly, blessed by angels with this particular thing. It's been probably close to 50 years that I have been walking through my garden and really paying attention. The other cool thing, sometimes you'll find a bird's nest or you'll find a place where the toad is hiding out. It's actually a lot of fun. So go for it. Do that daily walk in your garden.
We're almost to the end of the year. So now I'm wondering, what are you seeing or what are you excited about for 2026?
Oh my goodness. There are some new roses that I'm very excited about. Um,
Are
and the
you a
ro-
test grower for?
I am not a test grower anymore. I was one of the judges on roses for quite some time in a different spot, just a test grower over in Sonoma.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was fun. But I do bring in thousands of roses every single year, and I
Oh,
always try out a new couple of new varieties. And the breeding that's been going into the whole rose breeding program lately is pretty exciting because not only are they breeding for color, they're going back to breed for scent. They're breeding more for disease resistance, color, and scent combination. As we get closer and closer to the end of the year, like we're just days away now, the roses are just beginning to arrive. And I am super excited about the new varieties and also about some of the older varieties that I wasn't able to get for a year or two. So I am not going to reveal any of the names to you. You just need to come on in and look. As you know, I already have 85 roses in my own garden, probably closer to 90, but I always like get embarrassed by the time I get towards 90. I'm definitely making space for at least 2 more because there's some really cool ones coming out. They are doing such a good job with the rose breeding programs. So yeah, you're just going to have to come in and find out for yourself. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Kathy had so many great questions to ask me, but maybe you have more, so drop me a comment. Just let me know if you have any more questions about cottage gardens. Honest to God, the best thing you should do is come and visit, ask me yourself, wander around, experience the whole experience, enjoy the hummingbirds and the birds and the chickens and the frogs and toads if you can find them. And the plants, I've got some great plants, even right as we're about to head into the whole brand new year. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Like it, share it, subscribe if you haven't already done so. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. Email me anytime. But like I say, best thing to do is to come on in and visit. The second best thing, actually maybe the best thing, go wander out in your own garden. Enjoy the nature you have outside, unless it's under like 2 feet of snow or something. But then you can look out the window and just start picturing what next spring is going to look like. Don't forget to go check out Kathy's channel. It is garden design tips, and you'll find that in the description. She is just such a kick to hang out with. I cannot wait for the next visit. Happy gardening, everybody. Take care till next time.